Hi all, I thought it was the time for an update, I suppose, on the 720 project. I've got to admit, I have been extremely slack with the car. I have done very little to it, except for a bit of sanding and a bit of prep work for some paint. Actually, I'm a little bit more happy with the paint on the front of the car than I was originally. I think actually once it's buffed, it's going to look a lot better than it does right now. Obviously, I've taken the, I'm not sure if I updated last time, I take the tray off and I gave it a good hose down. And I've started sanding the panel. My personalized plates arrived. I finally decided to pay them off. So good old slow 720. Now I was looking for a spare tray, just because I didn't really want to bother too much about repairing the rot in the front of the tray and also on the sides, because it does have some rot. Or where that sort of in the corner there. And a mate of mine tagged me in another 720. It was a completely pulled apart car, painted chassis, painted everything. It was actually a lot of money spent on the car. And it was quite cheap, but I think it was a little bit too far done to what I wanted to do. Funny enough, the guy was really good about it. He was actually not disheartened the fact that I didn't want to buy his car. And he put me in contact with another guy. And I guess my biggest update is the fact that I've now got a twin. So I have got a second 720, and you're not going to believe it, but the guy that sold me this car actually gave me a really good deal, and I've got a third coming. So the best thing about this one, apart from the fact that it's actually the fact that it's the same color as the other one. So there's some pros on it, but every single panel is dented. The interior is actually really good though. And well, it does run. The clutch needs some work, but it's the 1.8. I actually feel quite lucky now that my original little truck is the 2.2. I'm triggering a bit. Jack stands here. I pulled out the glass and stuff like that, so I could actually do some panel beating on some of the doors, which were a little bit wonky and whatnot in the king pad area. But it's actually not a battleable truck. So I guess I've now got, it's going to be 3 trucks. The third one is, it was a silver car, someone's rattle can black, but it actually has a good tray on it. So what I'm thinking will happen is the black rattle can tray will get sanded back and go onto my 85 with the Z22. I feel that tray I will eventually repair and put on this blue truck, which I'll straighten. And he's got a bunch of extra panels like doors, guards, tailgates and stuff, and I'll use the best stuff, I suppose, on this truck to get it up to speed too. Now, because the original truck was actually so good, in such good condition, I didn't want to ruin the truck too much. I didn't want to go bastardizing it, by putting doing an engine conversion or something like that. Don't get me wrong, I love engine conversions. I love, but this thing just looked a bit too clean and a bit too original. And I thought there was some merit to keeping it as original as possible, apart from, a static drop and a fresh paint and some nice wheels. This one, however, I don't feel like I have an attachment to, because it's only the 1.8. Still a good motor, don't get me wrong. But if I'm going to preserve a truck in relatively original condition, I've got that. I've done it already. So this one technically can be a bit of a blank canvas. So I have been tossing up the idea of, an engine conversion, maybe a little 4-banger, but, I do like the idea of putting a 302 in it. I've seen an orange one in the States that is actually, it sits in there really nicely. So a little 302, C4 would actually be a good little truck, I think, to play around with. But, let me know in the comments what you think I should do with this truck, since it really is the spare. I mean, I'll end up with 3, really, and I'll have 3 complete cars that will run and drive. I don't think it's worth my time doing up 3. I'll probably get rid of the third, and whatever spare panels I have, once I believe I have enough for all of them. But, put in the comments what you think should happen. But I guess what I'm trying to achieve is this one to have the best of everything. This one essentially will have the next best of everything, and I'll do my best to do more work to it to make it cool. Yes, the tray is a little bit kicked up because I've actually got an unbolted ready to pull off. And then the third truck will literally be a parts truck, or not. Maybe it will be enough to sell again, but it just might be a bit patchy with different colours on it, but completely a running truck, or ute, depending on what you call it. But yeah, that's an update, guys. I'm sorry I have been really stuck with not doing anything with them. As you know, I have the 62 Thunderbird, and it's been taking up my time a bit lately with the air suspension and whatnot. And I've been playing a little bit around with the motorbikes as well. Stay tuned. I'll try and get back on it in the next couple of weeks. I'm actually having leave. I've got a fair bit of time over Christmas, so expect a fair few updates around Christmas time. Cheers, guys.